No, because I recently got back into golf,
Yeah.
and I was like, my God, that is the most boomer thing I've ever done.
See, I don't think golf is a boomer thing. You know, I feel like
It's a privilege.
I don't think it's a difference.
yeah.
It's a privileged boomer thing.
Yo,
Yeah.
if you're broke, you can't be playing golf. That's just facts.
That is true. That's true.
It's just golf isn't a boomer thing. Golf is just a you have a lot of disposable income kind of thing.
I think it's just but that's the thing, right? I think a lot of people mistake it as a boomer thing because it's played by a lot of people of the older generation. But that's because they have the time and the money now.
Yeah.
And also, relatively speaking, golf doesn't really take as much of a physical, tax on you as say, a rugby or a cricket, right? So
But no, golf is fun as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
I was like actually properly into golf when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I started getting like proper golf lessons and everything like that.
I went to golf camp a couple of times.
You went to golf camp?
Yeah. when I was like 10 years old, I during like summer holidays,
What's golf camp?
it's literally just like, think of you go and like you stay over in like a golf club for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And every day you just get up and you just learn to play golf.
What?
Yeah. And I think like 10 years old. And it's
You
like
forget how to do it?
no, surprisingly, I kind of remembered it. So
Yeah,
I
'cause you went to a driving range,
I went to a
right?
driving range with Marky and Maylene, because there was one like kind of nearby my house.
Yeah.
And it was a really fucking fancy one. Like I knew this wasn't like the downtown alley fucking we're gonna build this driving range here because there's nothing else around kind of thing. Because it's like you literally got like a buggy service from the car park to the building.
See,
if you were far away.
See, I feel like there's always like levels of like how into you are you into like golf,
Yeah.
right? Because like I've never, obviously I didn't come from the most privileged family, so like the only golf clubs I've ever owned were like a pair of like a set of golf clubs that I bought in a car boot sale for like $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I always went to like the really cheap driving ranges and the really cheap golf courses, but those were still fun as fuck.
Yeah. The ones I went to back in Australia were like still like obviously made in like it's like 70s and like 80s, so it's like it's still very old. Like you get like there's just like this machine that you just like press a button and you put a basket under it, and it just like shits out 100 golf balls into a basket.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like one at a time you put it on the tee and you like whack it off. This one we went to though, I don't know if all Japanese driving ranges are like this because this is the first time I went to.
Yeah.
But like you walk in, I'd never seen like this many polo shirts in one building, and it's like everyone was like slicked hair, like really like pristine pants and everything. Like clearly, like I was like, oh, okay, we're in like a nice driving range.
Yeah.
And they like made us like make these like membership cards that you didn't even have to pay for. You just like
Right.
you were like, okay, the moment you're here, you have to make a membership card. I was
Yeah.
like, okay. So then you fill this thing up like a credit card.
Oh my
You
God.
put you put cash into it, and then you pay for the golf balls using your membership card.
Yeah.
And so like because I was so used to the the pressing the button and then the ball shitting out into a basket.
Yeah.
So I was looking for that machine, right? I was like, okay, where is it? It wasn't there. It was literally just like it looked like a fucking ATM. And you'd put the card in, and you were like, how many balls would you like? And I was like, 100. And it's like, okay, go to this field. It's like, where are the balls?
Right.
I was like looking around. I was like, where the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
are
yeah.
the balls? I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just go to it. There's a fucking, you get to it. There's no tee on the green. And I was
Really?
like, yeah. And I'm like, there's no tee. There's no machine that shits out the balls. I was like, okay, what do I do? And there's just like a little like, in like golfing, not golf, bowling alleys, right? There's like the little tablet that you have
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like shows
yeah.
the scores. There was just like that, but like a tiny one.
Right.
So I was like, and there's just one button that just says start.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I press start. The fucking tee and with the ball on top of it comes out from under the green.
Are you serious?
It just goes,
what
That's
the
so
fuck?
cool.
and I was like, oh. And I whack it. Immediately, the moment I whack it, the tee goes down, another ball appears in its place.
Holy fuck! I've been.
And I was like, this is the most five-head. But why the fuck was I wasting my time?
I was
sounds
playing.
amazing.
I was
Yeah.
playing golf like a peasant
yeah,
this entire
I
time.
was being an idiot looking around like, where's the golf ball shitting machine? Where is it?
I don't.
That makes golf sound hella fun.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
It was so good. And then you have like a counter that shows how many balls you have left. And if you say, for example, like, you pay for 100 balls, but
Yeah.
after a while, after you swing a golf club 100 times, your arms and shoulders start to get a little bit sore, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're like, oh, maybe I just want to like call it a day after 80 balls or
Yeah.
whatever. So you just press stop, the money comes back into your membership card, and then you can just leave.
Fucking hell.
And I'm like,
How much is it like to do it?
It was 2,000 yen, so about $20 for 120 balls.
That sounds fun as fuck.
Which is honestly not bad.
Because like I remember playing golf as a kid, and it was like it has the image of being an old man sport, but it's like I still think golf is boring as fuck to watch. Right?
Yeah.
It's one of those sports where like
I cry right now.
Yeah, it's one of those sports where I'm just like I like golf. I get golf. I don't understand anyone who enjoys watching it.
The only time I'll ever sit down willingly to watch golf is when I find a YouTube video on my recommender, which is like top 10 miracles during golf tournaments.
Okay, I don't think playing golf is boomer. I think watching golf is boomer. Okay, I'm going to draw the line there. That's
fair enough.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, like, I remember I was like actually like super into golf. I found it like super fun because I wasn't really the most athletic kid as a kid. I mean, like, I was like in the basketball team, but I feel like I got put into the basketball team just because I was tall. And that was like the prerequisite.
Yeah.
But I didn't really enjoy so much playing like really high intensity sports.
Yeah.
But then I just really enjoyed golf because it was more of like just a relaxing, you just hone one skill.
Yeah.
And then there is nothing more satisfying than that moment where you just hit the ball perfectly.
Yeah.
Right? And you can tell you hit the ball perfectly because like sometimes you hit the ball and it slices, or you know, sometimes it veers to the right, and then you feel it in your hands because there's like a vibration in your hand where you hit it a bit wrong. But when you hit it and you feel like it's like hitting air. You know what I mean?
It's like I'm hitting nothing at all.
Yeah, it's like you're hitting nothing at all.
I've never played golf.
You've never?
Dude. Okay.
Only mini golf.
Okay, mini golf. I feel mini golf has its own.
We need to go play golf.
Yeah.
We need to go play golf. Honestly,
we should go to the driving range near my house because like that place was actually fun. Like I want to go back.
Yeah.
I dead ass after that session. I looked at Marky dead in the eyes and I was like, where do I go to buy a golf set? I was legit this close to just buying a golf set.
Because like I remember the one moment that sold me on golf as a kid because I went to the driving range. Driving range is just fun because you just fucking hit a ball and it doesn't matter. It's just really satisfying hitting a ball. You know,
I always wanted to.
Yeah, but like on the actual golf course is where you have to like actually think about what you're doing. You can't just like blindly hit a ball. And I remember like I had an instructor at the time. And so like on the driving range and in golf in general, so if you don't know golf, there's like a set of golf clubs and that is numbered, right? So the lower the number, the less...
The sharper the incline is of the club, right?
No, it's less inclined.
Oh, less inclined.
Yeah. So for example, like a 2-iron goes almost straight, right? Yeah. So it's a lot harder to get the ball up and give it like airtime, right? So for me, like my comfort zone was like a nice 7-iron.
I was about to say
it's the 7-iron.
It's the 7-iron.
The 7-iron is like the comfort. The comfort because like on the driving range, if you want to feel like you can play golf, you get out the 7-iron, right?
Yeah.
Because you can get a decent amount of air with a 7-iron, like almost guaranteed.
It's like a perfect 45 degrees.
Yeah, but also like a decent amount of distance as well. So you could feel like, yeah, I can whack a fucking ball. I can whack a fucking ball. So I remember I was on this golf course with this instructor, right? And so between me and the flag, so basically the hole, there was like this hill, right?
Yeah.
And on the hill was like a sand trap, right? So I needed to get enough air to get over the sand trap and also onto the actual green, right?
I feel like I know where this is going.
No, and so in my mind, I'm like, this is two shots, right?
Yeah.
Because I need to get over the sand trap and then another shot to get to the green. So what happens? I pull out my trusty Comfort 7-iron, my good old trusty 7-iron, right? And I'm about to hit it, and my golf instructor goes, no. You're not using that 7-iron. I've been using the 7-iron for the entire golf course. And he picks out the 3-iron, right? Yeah. And he goes, use this. And I go, I can't use that. I can't get enough air. I'm going to hit the sand trap. And he goes, no, you can do it. I believe in you. And I just like, what? No, I can't do this. This is 3. Yeah. This isn't even a 5-iron. This is a 3-iron. He goes, no, just do it. Just trust me. Just do it. Yeah. And I remember like it was like you know, being like when Neo discovered that he was the one in the Matrix, right? Yeah. Because I remember hitting this ball, and I couldn't believe that it just like, so this was the sand trap. The ball went here. It went just perfectly enough
Oh,
over the
fuck.
sand trap, and it perfectly landed on the green.
Right.
And I was just like, what is this feeling? Is this... Am I the chosen one? What is this? And I remember that moment for the rest of my life, because like that was the most satisfying shot I've ever hit in golf. And from that moment on, I was like, even as a kid, I was like, I can see why people play golf now.
The only thing that would have topped that experience is if your golf instructor in the Wii Sports voice was like, "Nice shot, nice approach."
So I mean, it is a very rewarding sport. Yeah. I mean, like all sports are. But,
Yeah, because so like when I was at the driving range, because it was fucking, I don't know, 5-6 years at least minimum since I last went to a driving range. I think I was in like high school last time I went. So obviously I was like, I knew, basically like how to swing and everything, but I was fucking slicing that bitch like crazy every single time. And I'm like, man, why am I slicing it?
yeah.
And just like, it got to the point where I was like deadpan serious, just like slowly, like just fucking doing every single movement possible, being way too serious about this shit. And I was like, and at one point I remember I was like, I got it. I swung.
Locked on.
Yeah, I locked on. I was like, this is the position right here. I just have to nail this. And the moment I got it, I think I nutted. Like because again, it's like, as Garnt said, it's like, when you hit that perfect straight, like perfectly angled shot, you just hear the cleanest like whack sound.
Yeah.
And nothing else. But when you fuck up, you hear like it's like a really like fucked up sound. Right?
Yeah, it's like the best way I can describe it. It's like, when when you play some FPS games and you get that headshot, right? A lot of like FPS games have this like really satisfying sound when you get that headshot, right?
The dink sound.
Like golf just has that IRL. When you get that satisfying like perfect headshot on that golf ball, it's like designed to have that satisfying sound.
I want to go. It's just, how do you get into golf? It's not like a thing that.
Well, okay, so I don't have a golf set or anything. Mucky and Maylene does, but a lot of those places like driving range and stuff like that, they give you like rentals. So the only ones they gave me was a 7-iron. Because of course,
is that just universal?
Yeah. It's just like you've never played, just use this.
We'll start you off with a 7-iron.
So all they gave me was a driver and a 7-iron.
Right.
I like Happy Gilmore.
You got into the run up.
Yeah, I like, that's a good movie.
Yeah. And then you just like kind of just get a feel for it after a while. But I think it's definitely best to go with someone who knows at least the bare minimum.
Knows how to swing a golf club.
My brother played a lot of golf.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. He played I think he did like tournaments and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but I never did it. I was always more into like stuff that was like way more active.
Right.
Like running or just headbutting.
That's great. I mean, golf is like monkey mode, but like it's controlled monkey mode, because you just got to whack.
That doesn't sound very monkey mode. What do you want to stop trying to describe golf in a way that I like? That's not how it is.
You're just whacking a ball. I mean, how?
That's not monkey mode.
No, just think of instead of monkey mode, think of it.
Just monkey mode.
Just think of it.
Swing like in the wild.
Just think of it instead of an FPS where you shoot someone in the head. It's like an FPS, but like the bullet is the end of the golf stick. And the ball is the head.
That's such a shit analogy.
That's a
shit analogy.
That's all it is. You get the perfect shot, boom, satisfying.
You don't even need to sell me on golf. I want to try.